All right, it's your girl, Sexy, Blazing Sexy, and another edition of Hot Mics.
Yo, is the mic off?
No, I think so. I really do. I think this time it's actually off. You are free to speak freely.
See, you got that Bill Cosby syndrome already.
Nah, but I got some pills. I got some blue pills.
Hey, take this and lay down. Let me touch you right there.
In fact, no, don't lay down on your own. Let me hold you down. I'm going to put my forearm on your throat.
Hey, look what I got.
That is so sexy. Wow. What we're getting ready to do is have a conversation about the controversy revolving around the world's greatest dad, African American, black dad, and that would be Dr. Bill Cosby, that he had a lot of sexual encounters over the last 35 years or so, up to and including just a few years ago, and a lot of females have come forward saying that he raped them. And that's a pretty big deal when you have been an iconic father figure as well as a spokesperson for Jell-O Pudding, which we know is a family dessert, family company, a lot of things going on. Any comments on that, DJ Blaze?
Well, first of all, Jell-O Pudding is a whole lot more than a family product. You know what I mean? I know a freak when I see one. So, Bill, y'all need to leave Bill alone. I don't really know what to say on it. It's just the same that, the man is obviously, he looks like he's dying. Why just the assault and to strip him down. He's done a lot of great things in the African American communities. We don't even hear about things that he's done. Most recently, his alma mater just cut ties with him. But he used to do a lot of things for his alma mater, a lot of things for Stillman, which is the all girls black college, in Atlanta. Recently, I found out he was trying to buy NBC. He made a run at trying to purchase NBC, the network, I think this past year or this year. So, it just seemed like they just out to get Bill.
Well, that could be part of it. The bottom line is what people don't understand is black people, since the beginning of time, slavery time as well, as long as black people are entertaining to Caucasians, then they have a usefulness. Once they have determined that you have either outlived your usefulness to them and or have gotten, quote unquote, too big for your britches, they will cut you down to size. But they don't give you the dignity of just kind of fading into the background and going away. They want to destroy your character. Ironically enough, 30 years ago this fall, The Cosby Show debuted on NBC. And what happened is it set Bill Cosby into an entirely different tax bracket for the rest of his life, because then he went on, as I stated earlier, to get endorsements and do some other things. So the fact that The Cosby Show is hitting its 30-year mark this fall, it doesn't seem coincidental to me that this controversy has now sprouted.
Well, not only that, it was one of the first shows that really showed African Americans in a different limelight, as opposed to other shows like The Jeffersons or Good Times. It showed a successful upper middle class or middle class family. You got a father who's a doctor, obstetrician, gynecologist, I think it was, and then you got a mom who's an attorney, very successful. All the kids went off to, well, I wouldn't say all the kids, but, older kids went off to college, to pursue professional careers. I think he had one daughter who was eccentric. She wanted to travel the world and barefoot or something. But, I don't know, man. It's crazy, huh?
I'll also mention that his biography just hit the stands, written by a Newsweek editor. It's called Cosby, His Life and Times. And it's saying that basically the book is notable, but it does not mention any of the sexual abuse allegations, and they've been going on for 10 years. Doesn't it make you wonder why now? Why now is it being brought to light?
I don't know. I just wonder, is he, again, like I said, about to die? Are they getting ready to kill him? And notice I said they.
Preoccupation with his death. Okay, the man has a stroke.
I'm saying, listen. What I'm saying is he's up in age. He looks sickly. He looks tired, whether he's going through all this other personal stuff and the media, he looks tired. But what I'm saying, I say the word they, and you didn't get it, but what I'm saying, are they getting ready to kill him? We look at, you mentioned before that that's part of the setup, when they getting ready to take you out. First they got to tear you down, assassinate your character, and do others. Look at Mike. Mike went through years of torture with these little kids. And Whitney with the drugs, and she was this and this and this and this, and then all of a sudden, she ultimately ended up taking her own life, as far as we know. Well, supposedly the truth came out. Bobby wasn't the one even on crack. It was a family member. She had a family member who was a drug dealer. It wasn't even Bobby. And see, that put a lot of bad boy stigma on Bobby. And Bobby, was thinking he the bad boy, which he wasn't even no bad dude. This dude was in New Edition. Come on. It's not like he was in a rap group of the 90s. He was in an R&B group.
But I will mention this to add further insult to the injury, or salt in the wound. One of Bill Cosby's first accusers from back in 2002, this lady, her name was Andrea Constant, was the director of operations for Temple University's women's basketball teams. She claimed that Cosby, who had been on Temple's track and field and football teams, assumed, he was supposed to be like the role of her mentor, claimed that, she had problems with him. Then there was another lady who visited, she said it was the same one, invited him to her house in Cheltenham, Pennsylvania, not too far from where I used to live, Mount Airy in the building, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Said he gave her herbal pills to ease her anxiety, touched her breasts and her vaginal area, rubbed his penis against her hand, and then digitally penetrated her. So I guess maybe that's
You said digitally.
Yeah. It would sound like he used his computer, but I'm believing they mean his digits, his fingers.
Oh, okay. Okay. How you do that, though?
Deep, huh? Yeah, so I don't know. They said that, he did some other stuff, met with her 3 years later. That sounds like an affair to me, not a rape, but I'm not, whatever, yo. I'm just saying.
Well, whatever the case may be, you just brought that up. You got to remember, Camille's been with him like forever. She's been in all part of his stand-up routines, and very intricate part of his life. So where was she when all this was supposedly going on with all these different women?
Yeah. Listen to this. I didn't even know about this one. There's a lady who says she was drugged and sexually assaulted back in the 70s. Said he gave her pills. What was with all the pills? He said he gave it to her. The combat fever, did a bunch of stuff, and then left $200 bills on her coffee table. And now this lady's a lawyer out in California now. She came out with this in 2005, said it happened back in the 70s. Cosby said he never even heard of her. Never heard of a person by her name, her maiden name, or her married name. Never heard of her, never happened. So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's just a lot of stuff. But people are getting out right now on Camille and saying, you know, there's some people that, you know, are lauding the fact that she is standing by her man. But then there are other people that are saying, did you condone this for the sake of being able to stay around and be a Cosby?
Because they don't know what's going on. We don't even know what's going on. Nobody knows what was going on or currently goes on in their household. Whatever they talk about, period. So all we can do is assume, but we have no right to pass judgment or say anything. The man, like somebody I know always say, you know, why you getting upset? Said nothing to defend or nothing like that, nothing to speak on. Cosby they don't need to speak on. If there's nothing to defend, then just you know, I got nothing to say.
Yeah, but
y'all keep talking. I got nothing to say. She obviously doesn't have anything to say.
He paid off one of the victims, though. Why? It's obviously not going to make it go away. When you throw money at it, you might as well be throwing it under a microscope with a flashlight. Why throw money at something that didn't happen? It's not going away, obviously, and you look guilty.
All I can say on that is if I have the money to make it go away at the time, you got to figure it's like this. A lot of times when situations like that happen, it happens at a time when it's convenient or would be at the detriment in a person's career. You figure if I'm at the height, if I'm touring the world now, you know, got all these endorsements, and then all of a sudden somebody out the blue wants to come out and embezzle money from me and say, well, you know, if you don't give me this, I'm going public with this, and that would kill me right now at this point. It would just kill me off. You know, but guess what? I got enough money, you know what I'm saying? Just take this and be gone. I'm not thinking about what it's going to look like 30 years from now. I'm worried about right now. And right now, I need this to go away. I need you to shut up, take this, and be gone, because I can't afford the time to detract from what I'm currently doing to fight a legal battle, okay, and lose everything that I have.
Now, you stepped over dollars and picked up pennies. You're talking about what you can't afford. Now, that paying off and that unsilencing, which did not work, is now going to cost you millions of dollars and hundreds more hours of anguish, anxiety, because you knew they were coming forward. They can get the tabloids to pay them now, too. They double dipping. I mean, who doesn't do that? But another one who says she was in a relationship with him in the 80s, you know, being a woman, I seriously question, why would somebody that you've been in a relationship have to drug you, get you in a car, and undo your clothes? Why?
Well,
that's the way to break.
Evidently, he was a drug user, and the women he associated with, allegedly, all of this allegedly, were drug users.
Well, the 3 blue pills that the lawyer said he gave her, they claimed that was Benadryl, and it was for an allergy. So, I mean, Benadryl is not herbal. I mean, if that's what you had to call it to give somebody something, we know Benadryl make anybody drowsy, but it wasn't supposed to be, you know, used for the purposes of a sexual assault. I just don't believe it. I mean, I really have a hard time, but then I'll say like this, you know, some of the stuff that they were saying he did, forcibly holding somebody down by the throat, doing all these things, a lot of these things they came out in 2006. This one lady said a hotel room in Reno, he took her hand, and he, you know, masturbated with his hand over my hand, and she kept quiet about it. You know, who's going to believe this? He was a powerful man. He was like the president. Okay, first of all, you put too much.
Come on, man. They don't even sound. They don't even. Powerful man. Okay, he was about Brown Hornet.
You know how many women would have thrown themselves at him? Seriously? I mean, now he's strong arming women.
Hey, look at what I got.
You know, we'll see.
Bill Cosby's stupid, man. I don't know. That's it. I don't really have nothing else to say about the subject, man. It's crazy. I don't believe it's just ludicrous, man. That's just like somebody coming forward now after all these years and they saying Dan Rather was a freak.
Did you know he owned a cafe?
Who?
Cosby. He owned a cafe and he had a briefcase filled with assorted drugs that kept offering her pills to relax. Then you got to remember there's also this quote-unquote bodyguard that's been with him. He came forward now saying that he was supplying the women. So if you were supplying women, don't you usually pay women to do these things? You don't usually supply women that have to be raped, do you? I mean, you don't usually supply. I'm surprised, you know, like Diddy and all them, I'm sure they don't have women delivered to their hotel room that's going to cry rape. So I don't know. It's kind of, all I got to say is to all these entertainers, no matter how big you are, how big you think you're going to be, watch yourself. You know, worry about yourself because whatever dark.
No matter how, just remember the distance to the top is the same distance back to the bottom. So do the math. The higher you get, the higher the fall. Simple as that.
Oh, well, so much about that. And as far as Miss Camille, I ain't mad at her, man. You've been down with that man for how many years? You know, it said better or worse, and this is obviously part of the worst. And
we don't even know if this is the worst. I mean, he lost a son. I mean, we know that was the worst. A bad time, I don't say the worst, but we don't know if this is the worst. That's the crazy thing about it, man. You just don't know what.
Lou Ferrigno's wife accused him, said he assaulted her at a party in 1967. Man, I can't remember a party that happened to me 6 or 7 days ago, and these women remember him back to 1967? Wow. So if he was doing it, good job, Cosby, for keeping it a secret so long. I'm being facetious.
Even if let's just say all this is true. Okay, it's just true. Bottom line, at the end of the day, it's true. All it can be right now is just information. You can't hold it against this man. It just happened. You know, it's just like if I robbed a bank, I don't know, or anything. I did some dirt 50 years ago. Now it finally comes. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. All it is now is just information. I did it. There's got to be a statute of limitations. It's just talk. That's all it is. It's just tabloid news. But there's nothing you can do to me by it.
All right, well, check it out. As of a little earlier yesterday, about 21 hours ago, there's been a total so far of 21 alleged victims, and the comedian has made a pledge to reveal all next month in a television interview, and it has sparked a bidding war between the top U.S. chat shows to see who's going to get him. If I put my money on anybody, it'll be that fake-ass Oprah that'll get him. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of y'all listening to the show not going to like this. I don't care. Oprah will probably...
he ain't going to do it. He won't, I don't think he'll do Oprah. I don't even think Oprah will put the money up. I mean, she could. She might. But I don't think it'll be Oprah. And if that is the case, you know, we got to look at this. That's a smart move. I mean... I don't know. The whole thing just sounds fishy for me. You know, now it just sounds like now you need money. I mean, if you got something to say, just say it. It doesn't matter who gets it. Now we're going to make money off what it is you got to say? Man, you lying. You know, at this point, I'm wondering if you just saying something just to say something to make it all go away.
Wow.
Well, since they think I did it, let me just go on, just say I did it. Because, like I said, I mean, what can happen? I mean, the only thing that can happen, what is his character? I mean, and really, I mean, ain't nobody really tripping on Bill Cosby. It's not like he that much of a figure into the American culture. He's a mover and shaker like that. His influence has already been done. You can't undo somebody's influence. You know, once you touch me, you touch me. You can't undo that. So the good or whatever he's done has been done. You can't undo that. You know, Fat Albert shows, his characters are done. You can't undo that. So, you know, maybe he's going to get paid.
Well, I'm good. I think on the next show we ought to talk about this woman who stabbed her boyfriend for eating Thanksgiving dinner without her. How about that? All righty. And on that note...
That's retarded. I'm just trying to see how to respond to that, man. She crazy. Stabbed the boyfriend. Stabbed the boyfriend for what?
Stabbed her again. Anyway...
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Anyway, another good day, Hot Mike's show coming to an end. We thank you for listening, for tuning in. Never know what we're going to talk about next. The Thanksgiving thing really happened, but I was only kidding. It won't be one of our topics. You want to wrap it up, Blaze?
When the mic is on, be careful what you say. Because, or even when you think the mic is off, be careful what you say.
Gotcha.